I knew Miley Cyrus was gonna be another young celebrity that was gonna flip her lid. I knew at some point she'd be recognized more so for being a nasty nymph when I heard Billy Ray Cyrus say, "I just try to be her best friend." Those are the words of an enabler. And Miley is just one of many examples of American culture going down a trashy trail. And I'm still not getting how this is going to be solved by just ignoring them. Hey, the house is on fire. Just ignore it. The flames will go away. Yeah, after they burned your house down.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
I see and hear it all the time. Celebrities doing things without shame to get attention. And pretty much all of it is consistent with liberalism. The other thing we see all the time is the response to these antics. Just ignore them. Nobody pays attention to this stuff. And why are we wasting our time with this? There's more important things going on. Nobody pays attention to this stuff. Then how is it that the liberal influence is showing more and more in the culture? You can't just tell people to ignore them. Because obviously, there's a lot of people who are interested in this stuff. I'm not interested in their productions, but I am interested in beating back the negative effects of what they do. I'm not interested in pulling the plug on what they do, because they have the right to express themselves. And people have the right to listen and watch. But many entertainers are part of a cycle of American decay. We're all born selfish. We actually have to be taught selflessness. Some learn it better than others. We all want recognition, some more than others, and for different things. But for the purposes of this vid, I'm speaking specifically of people who have one of the most influential occupations in America, entertainment. It's a medium that's used a lot to promote all things self-focused, self-righteousness, self-indulgence, self-worship, etc. It's used to promote fornication, anti-Americanism, violence, class warfare, race warfare, gender warfare, anti-militarism, and of course, anti-Christianity. They exist with these ideals in the culture, then go into the entertainment industry to influence others in the culture. And the cycle just keeps on going. And the more you try to ignore it, telling people the untruth that nobody watches this stuff, the worse it gets. Many conservatives are encouraged by the reports of the low ratings of MSNBC, for example, but are seeming to forget that MSNBC doesn't have to have high ratings. They're part of an influential legion beset on undoing the fabric of America. You can't really stop them, and you can't really stop people from tuning into them who subscribe to their narrative. The most effective thing you can do is offer the culture something more interesting. For instance, pastors express high disapproval of movies like Harry Potter and the books. They're obviously very interesting stories and very well-produced movies. Yet, you don't want your kids to partake in them, while not offering something to compete for their interest. Personally, I don't have a problem with the Harry Potter movies. Didn't they celebrate Christmas at the end of their movies, while the liberals are trying to do away with Christmas? Conservatives know that entertainment is one of the biggest tools liberals use to influence the culture. Yet many of y'all would rather believe that nobody pays attention to this stuff and we should just ignore it. It's not like our values are totally repulsive. Duck Dynasty is proof of that. They tapped into something the American culture already enjoys. Reality shows. And it's great that their show is getting lots of support. That's what it takes. Hopefully, there will be more sitcoms, dramas, music acts, etc. that keep our values at the root of their productions and support those who are trying to supply it. I hope I can include myself among those you'll support as I work to produce works that promote our values in interesting ways. That is your best bet to draw people's attention away from the secular influence. You can't always just say, you shouldn't watch or listen to that. Among the best ways, not the perfect way, not a guaranteed way that's going to work 100% of the time, because we're human and we can't create a perfect system, but among the best ways to get people to back off of watching and listening to such productions that contribute to our downward spiral is to present them with something else in an interesting manner. And if you can't, whether it's because you're not creative or whether you just don't have the time, then support those who are creative and share your values, who are trying to help promote those values in the culture. but don't deviate from your values. We have to find more interesting ways to convey these values. I'm Alfonso Rachel for ZoNATION, and why did the chicken cross the road? There was something more interesting on the other side. Hey, the house is on fire.